Alrighty, we are go. Welcome everybody again to another episode of the Good Pickins podcast, number 56. Number 56. I hope everyone's doing. Oh yeah, absolutely. And sounds like we both have our bellies full, ready for this podcast. I know we were just talking off the air that you just scarfed down a sandwich. I know Zessie and I are definitely feeling full because I made us basically the poor man's cheesesteak. I took ground beef instead of like the shaved steak, and a little green pepper, little onion, little mushroom, some provolone cheese. Woo!
Fire.
Some Kewpie mayo. You know what I'm saying? The Kewpie mayo is good. Have you had Kewpie mayo?
I've never even heard of it.
So it's basically Japanese mayo. That's just the name for it. But I don't know what they do differently over there to make their mayo so good. But I highly recommend it. Like if you're ever in like an ethnic store, that has food from around the world, you see that Kewpie mayo, hit it up.
Yeah, they ain't got that here.
They don't have like any international stores at all or anything.
Dude, this is farm country USA.
I mean, hey, people out there need their ethnic food too, like
they've just started to, have like eclectic stuff show up.
Sure.
So maybe within the next 10 years.
Sure. What's like the craziest like cuisine down there? Like what's the craziest restaurant that's like you didn't expect that from like an ethnic food background?
They don't really have anything like that. They did have some Creole place that closed down. It didn't last long. I think it's the location.
Okay.
It's just not a good location for anything. And then, I mean, they have a couple of like hibachi restaurants, which is cool, but there's three hibachi style restaurants in this one town. So, I mean, like, this town ain't big enough for all three of us.
Sure. Well, and I'm sure it's very like Americanized Chinese food, right? Like, that's, you don't even have like a traditional.
Got some pretty good Chinese places here, though. Nothing like St. Louis chop suey, though.
Oh yeah,
Not the same, bro.
Yep, that North County, North City.
Yeah.
Yep. No St. Paul sandwiches down there.
Nope, not at all. Yeah, you're not getting that. That's for sure. Man, which sucks because that's my jam.
Oh, that's a St. Louis staple for sure. Sure. I haven't had one in quite some time. I'm overdue.
I haven't had one in some time either. I think it's been about 2 years.
Yeah, it's definitely been some years for me. I have to get one the next time we've been going to this one spot lately, kind of a new spot for us, but they've got some really good St. Paul sandwiches. From what I hear, anyway. I haven't.
Where's that?
So it's in the plaza across from. Do you know where? There's a gym there. I can't remember which gym it is now. It's basically Chippewa and Kings Highway. There's a plaza that has like a PetSmart in it.
Yeah.
Right behind like the steak or across the street from the Steak and Shake. If you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, there's a little Chinese place in there that does real good stuff.
Like a King Chop Suey or something
like that. Yeah.
So, I haven't had that one, but I have had the one that's actually in the plaza that's like next to whatever that tool store is right there.
Yes,
like a Subway.
I was thinking, yes, Harbor Freight. Yeah, because that was another chop suey place right there. Yeah.
The only thing I don't like about that one is it's cash only, and I never carry cash, so I have to use their ATM that's inside there, which costs me like an extra couple of dollars just to get some Chinaman. But
of course. Yeah. No, that's how they get you though. I mean, they're like they probably set up the ATM. They're just collecting a little fee on top of you spending your money there smart. Already. I mean, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, it's so worth it though.
Let's say what's up to some chatters here. Excuse me.
What's up, Chris?
Jeez, sorry. What's going on, Jay? What's up, Jeff? Another Jay? No, same Jay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Ping, how are you doing this evening?
Hey, Ping.
What's up, Nita?
Hope
you're doing well.
What up?
Hope you're
How's everybody doing out there?
Yeah.
How's sales going for
everybody? How are sales for you this week? I've been promoting sales for the last week, so it's been interesting to see sort of, a little bit of increase. I want to say that my promoted sales have gotten me more old inventory sales than anything.
Good.
So, yeah.
That's good. Got to get rid of that stale inventory, man. It's just taking up space.
Yep. So, I'm definitely wanting to play around more with either adjusting my prices or promoting at a higher rate for my clothing. But then again, I don't have a ton yet, so we'll see.
Are you promoting your clothing at all right now?
I'm promoting everything in my store right now. Everything.
Okay.
So whether or not it's working for, certain categories that I'm really strong in, I don't know. But I mean, I'm still happy to see I'm happy to see the stale inventory go. So
yeah, it's always the best.
Yeah. But I think what I'm going to,
when you need space.
Well, and that's the thing is like, I'm kind of noticing like because I've been doing 30 pieces of clothing per week now.
Yeah.
I've noticed that like I'm filling up boxes of clothing a lot faster than I was before. So, because I get maybe like, I don't know, I want to ballpark say maybe 15 to 20 pieces per box, depending if it's like a shirt or or bottoms.
What size boxes are you using?
All sorts of different sizes. They're basically just Costco, the Costco special, where it's kind of like it just fits the shelf perfectly. It's tall enough for like, hoodies and jeans and stuff. So they won't like flop around. So yeah, I mean, I think once I get to the point where I'm like you, where I'm like min-maxing the size of my shelves, then I might consider, like, okay, let's break down what boxes I can get on, how many boxes I can get on each shelf, how many do they hold, basically go through the math and the nitty gritty. So
see, I wish I would have started out at first with smaller boxes because my two shelves are two different sizes, and I have boxes that are two different sizes. So if I have the assorted boxes mixed on both shelves, sometimes I'll be able to fit 8 boxes on the shelf. Sometimes I'll be able to fit 7 boxes on the shelf. Fitting 8 boxes on a shelf adds another 250 items to that shelf. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Versus if I can fit 5 boxes on the smaller shelf or 4 boxes on the smaller shelf, that's still an additional 200 items on that shelf as well. So it just really makes a difference when I'm using proper size boxes versus the bigger boxes I started out with. Because the ones that I use now are 32 by 8 by 8, and they're perfect.
Right.
But it was just something I learned as I went along. So, you definitely got to keep in mind what size shelf you're working with, and then divide that down by the amount of boxes you would need to fit that. Say 4 boxes, find out what size that is, and then or consider 5 boxes and find out what size those boxes would be, and then that's what I would buy if you're really trying to maximize your space. Whenever you do decide to do that,
right? Yeah,
because you'll make a box for everything.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm not concerned about like breaking it down like that. It's just more the fact of just the
Trust me, you will be.
The financial aspect. Of course, it's nice to get free boxes, even though it's just a box, right? Like, okay, great, but like they're cheap and I go to Costco anyway, so it's just like I just pick them up in passing, sort of thing, and so yeah.
So Jay said, Bobby's here. Hey, Bobby, how you doing?
Yeah, what's up, Bobby?
Jay said he had a sell then to cancel earlier. Said their son bought the item on accident. I get that all the time.
Man.
Ordered by mistake. First of all, you sent me an offer. That's a multiple step process. You know what I mean? You have to type in more than one button.
Yeah.
Then you have to press send. Then I have to accept the offer. Then you have to go in and pay for the item. Then say, oh, it was bought by mistake. That's multiple steps. There's time in between that process.
Yeah,
there's not on accident.
There's no kid that's just like beep booping around on your phone and like accidentally sends you
just buying random crap on eBay.
Yeah,
if they buy something on accident, it's gonna be like levels on their Candy Crush game.
Yeah, it's gonna be nunchucks, like it's gonna be like,
Right. It's gonna be something that pertains to a kid. No kids just randomly looking around on eBay.
I mean,
it's just not how it happens.
It is funny that Jay brings that up though, because like I feel like that's not the first time I've heard like amongst multiple resellers that being the reason that there was an accidental order. Like that's so wild. That's so wild. Chris says, greetings from Kentucky. My son deployed today. Prayers for him, please, for his team, please. Yeah, definitely.
Yes,
definitely.
Absolutely.
If you're into that, yeah, for sure.
I'll pray for you. I'm all the way into that.
Yeah, there you go. Chris. I was looking at his name talking to you. Marcus will pray for the both of us.
Definitely.
But no, best of luck and safe travels for them, for sure. For sure. Yeah. Well, I'm wondering deployed where though. I'm just curious, Chris.
And which branch?
Yeah,
is it Army? Is it Marines?
I'm curious. But
I didn't know that we were at war right now with anybody, but I don't pay
That's
attention
well.
to politics or anything.
That's why I'm curious. Like, where are we deploying troops right now? What's up,
Yeah.
Kristen?
Hey,
What
Kristen,
is
how you
up?
doing,
What's up?
buddy?
What's up? What's up,
Yeah, I
man?
don't pay attention. I don't even have regular TV, so I don't watch the news. I don't do any of that. I don't have cable, so
Oh,
like
I
I'm
thought,
off the grid when it comes to the world.
but you have like Netflix, right? You have like basic stuff, right?
I have Netflix, yeah, but I'm not watching the news.
Well,
You
right.
know what I
I
mean?
mean, you
And
can't.
then I don't get on Facebook, so I don't even see like breaking news stories or like what people are posting on their threads about what's going on in the world. And on Instagram, I'm on Instagram's reseller Instagram. So
Right.
like I only see posts about reselling.
Right.
And then if I start seeing personal stuff, I get off immediately because I don't care about what's going on in someone's life because usually it's a negative post and I don't want to see it. You know what I mean?
Huh.
They're in the Navy going towards the Baltic Sea.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Maybe
He's
that's
gonna
like
be
a
in a submarine?
secret ops mission.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's crazy. That's crazy though. I like I am so if I could not be in one branch of the military, it would be the Navy because like I first of all just being on like a floating thing
Yeah.
in
A
the
vessel.
sea for like long periods of time. I mean,
Yeah.
forget about a submarine, bro. I'm not staying on a
Yeah.
submarine. Ain't no
Yeah.
way, bro. Like
Yeah.
I'm not claustrophobic or anything, but it's the isolation. You know, it's
Yeah.
like the complete cutoff of like
Yeah.
sunlight, of fresh air,
Right.
like
Yeah.
ain't no shot. Ain't no shot I'm getting on a submarine.
Trust me, dude. I did 23-hour lockdown in a maximum security facility. It's
I'm
not fun.
I'm
No sunlight. You don't know what time
uh,
of day it is. It's not cool.
bro, can I
But
ask you like
yeah,
is it as bad as like it seems?
like
Is
on TV.
yeah.
In which way?
Like do they really like cut you off for like days with like no food, no water?
No, that's if you're in trouble. Like,
Oh, so they
but they
can do
still
that.
like by law they have to feed you. But
Okay,
like,
okay.
yeah, they're not doing that. Like that you can like get sued for that. So like
Okay.
while they will lock you down for days, they still bring you like sack lunches, like it's bologna sandwiches and box juices. But
Okay.
they can't not feed you. They feed you 3 times a day.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
still okay, so they still give you the 3. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not gonna be full, but you're not gonna go hungry.
Right, right.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
But that's one of the reasons why people go into prison and they come out in shape because like they don't they feed you like a 1,700 calorie diet and they're just enough for you to be able to survive. You know what I'm saying? So like if
right.
you're overweight, you're gonna lose weight unless you're going to canteen all the time. Then you're gonna get fat because you're gonna buy honey buns and
Right.
ramen noodle soups and stuff like that. So
right.
yeah,
Soda, whatever, you know.
yep, all that. Yeah,
Um
because you overindulge to feel the comforts of home, so you eat snack food all day.
okay. Well, I mean, yeah, no, that makes sense. But there's like a difference between lockdown and isolation, right?
Yeah, if you're in the hole, you're in the hole. You're still gonna get fed and everything, but you're not around other people.
Oh, okay.
So it's not like general population. So you're gonna be in the hole. You're not even gonna come out of the hole. Like you might get wrecked like once a week, and but you're gonna be in your cell the whole time.
Well, that was my
But
other
that's
question.
because you're in trouble. You know what I mean?
Right, right. So like lockdown, you're still getting an hour, right, of
Yeah,
outdoors? Yeah.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
I mean,
And it's
out
not even outdoors. It's on a rec yard that's attached to the wing.
of course.
So it's not outside. It's still no fresh air.
But
And it's
still
bad for your skin, dude.
you're getting more than a submarine, okay?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Wow.
Christian says Marcus loved that James is shouting you out. He shouted you out too.
My boring resale, James?
Yeah,
Oh, nice. Heck yeah.
yeah. Then somebody else, ADH Dave, shouted me out too, which is super random. Like that
Uh,
was pretty cool.
my cousin texted me and said that just that's so funny that we're bringing that up, but dang, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm like
Yeah, and
off
then
track here. Oh, no,
someone else.
it was NC Picker and ADHD Dave. That's who it was.
No, he's the same person.
Oh, okay. I thought that was
He
two.
changed his name from NC Picker to ADH Dave.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. That makes
yeah,
more sense. Got it.
yeah.
Got it. Okay,
And
okay.
then someone else shouted me out. Taylor Exchange. I didn't even know he watched my content. I
I've
think
never,
his name's
yeah,
Sean.
I've never heard of that. No,
Yeah,
yeah, never heard of
he's
him.
been on Bo's show before.
Okay,
So a lot of people talking about me right now for some reason.
dude.
So.
Stop being so popular.
I mean, I don't really want it, honestly.
Why are
I've
you on
told you several
YouTube?
times, man.
Why are you
I'm
on
afraid.
YouTube, bro?
I'm afraid to get huge, man. I just don't want the negativity, man.
You don't want to be you don't want to be rolling around the country like the Pope in like a glass container,
No,
bulletproof.
not at all.
No, you don't want.
Like, I want to help as many people as possible, man, but I don't want people that are just constantly dogging you out, talking trash. You know what I mean? Because they're jealous and they're hating on you.
I mean, that's
And,
gonna happen at every level, bro. I mean,
right.
you've already experienced it, I'm sure. Like it's gonna happen at every level. There's always gonna be somebody, that hates. You could be doing the best. Like you could be Mr. Beast, like getting blind people
right now too.
to see, and it's just like, bro, what?
Yeah, they're hating on him real bad right now.
It's wild.
It's to be expected, man.
Yeah,
he's the biggest YouTuber out there.
Yeah, there's always going to be somebody that's going to say something.
Ray, what time do you get up to start hitting garage sales?
Normally around 7 to 7:30. It just depends. Speaking of,
bro, you get up at 7:30.
Yeah, to hit garage sales.
Man, you're missing out, dude.
Oh no, dude,
you got to get there early.
Garage sales do not start here like until 8. Pretty much.
Really?
Yeah.
It's way different down here, bro.
Dude, last year though, it was different. Like last year, everybody was starting at 7, and then for whatever reason, this year, every sale that I've been to, starting at 8 or 9. That's
refreshing.
I went to Tower Grove East and South. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They all agreed on starting at 9 o'clock. Like I got there at 8 and people were like, yeah, we're still setting up. I'm like, all right,
random.
What do I gonna do? Like, but no. So basically, 7 to 7:30. But what I was alluding to was there was a garage sale that just got posted the other day on Garage Sale Finder, and they had in their listing description, they have Sega Genesis and N64 stuff.
Oh wow!
And it starts at 7:30, and you better bet your butt I'm gonna be there at about 7.
Oh man,
I'm gonna be.
That's gonna be packed.
I'm gonna put up a 10. I'm honestly just gonna put up a 10. I'm just gonna knock on their door at midnight and be like,
"They're gonna want like $100 for it though."
I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, sorry, there's
something. They knew enough
to
put it in the listing, man. They know what it costs. They know what they can get out of it, and they're gonna bring all the guys to the yard, and they're gonna be like, it's gonna be $200 for the set.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like
somebody's gonna buy it.
I am more excited to film the chaos that is going to ensue at the start of this garage sale. Like I'm genuinely curious because like I've read stories on like Reddit and stuff about like people like going game hunting and stuff at garage sales, and like literally people like mowing over each other and like throwing elbows just to like get to games. So
Jay said there's a sale from his town from the picks. He sees an 80s Alfdial, a Teddy Ruxpin with the tapes, Atari 2600 with the box of games.
Oh my gosh.
That's crazy, dude.
Oh my gosh. Bro, you better get there early.
I don't know how much Teddy Ruxpin goes for right now, but I knew last time that I heard of it, it was going for a couple $100.
Yeah.
I imagine it still is.
The 26
with the tapes?
Yeah, with the tapes. I mean, sorry, got an ice cube. Very unprofessional of me to be chewing on ice during our podcast.
I could have been eating my egg sandwich on live.
Bro, there was people complaining about Twitch streamers eating on their lives. Like, bro, if they're putting in 8, 10,
for hours.
12 hours a day, bro, eat your food. Like, I don't care, like do what you gotta do.
This is my thing, right? I'm not into like ASMR like food videos.
Same.
You know what I'm saying? I don't like hearing people chew food, right? It's kind of disgusting actually.
I'm right there with you, even though I'm a loud chewer. I'm
a loud chewer. I don't know. I've eaten with you, dude. I didn't notice anything.
Okay, you know thank you.
So with like people that just like, it's like, come on, bro, like chew with your mouth closed, man.
Can I tell you a funny story? Is I was chewing with my mouth open for a very long time growing up, because you have to remember, deaf parents can't hear you smacking.
Right, they don't hear you.
So they never corrected me, bro. So I would go to my friends' houses and their parents would be like, Ray, chew with your mouth closed, and I'd be like, oh, sorry.
I used to do the same thing, right? So like I grew up with my mom, you know what I'm saying? And like, nobody's ever telling me to close my mouth. I was a little bad hood kid, right?
Right.
And so I moved into my grandpa's house in St. Louis where there's structure, discipline, manners, respect. Yes, sir, no, sir. And he's like, chew with your mouth closed. And I'm just like, I didn't even know I was doing it.
Right. I'm just,
like,
I'm just a
hey,
kid.
Kristen, how you doing?
What's up, Kristen?
Yeah.
I'm just a kid. I'm just a kid out here.
I'm just trying to eat. Eat a sandwich.
Right. Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, childhood. No. But anyway, going back to the ASMR thing you were talking about.
Yeah.
No. Finishing that thought. Sorry.
I'm not a fan of it. So like just hearing. So I watch a lot of bodybuilder, like day in the life of like what I'm eating, like what it looks like to eat this many calories in a day or stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because like honestly, eating enough food is one of the hardest things about being a weightlifter or something like that, trying to eat a proper diet. So I watch both spectrums where they're eating maximum amounts of calories and when they're cutting for a show the minimal amounts of calories. A lot of times they're talking about what they're making and showing themselves cooking it, but then they show themselves eating it and they got a microphone.
They got a lapel mic.
I can hear I can hear all the smacking and all the crunching and all the chewing.
No, I'm good. I'm good, bro.
You ruined it.
But like, I watch plenty of streamers who are like, "Yo, my food just got here from like DoorDash or whatever." Like, they'll grab their food, they'll come back, they'll like, they'll spectate like a game or they'll like put on a YouTube video and they'll mute their mic. So like you can't you just see them like eating their food and that's it. Like that's very professional. Except it's like that's all that needs to be done. Like if you're disgusted by somebody like putting food up to their mouth, like you just need to watch another stream, but if they're smacking, I get it, so I don't know.
Jay said, I remember talking with Derek and was eating Cheetos during the call. He was like, bro, I could see that.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. There's all sorts of weird, like, I mean, people like that stuff. Like we're saying, like there's literally like ASMR weird. for eating. Like it's, I don't know. I don't get it, man.
Crunching on crunchy food.
I don't get it.
Carrots and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it.
Yeah. Like the most ASMR stuff I like is like raindrops. Like I got a raindrop app on my phone, It's like, that's all I need, like.
Well, J6 Flips told me one time, he was like, yeah, man, because I did that ASMR video of me shipping, and he's like, dude, like, you need a really crispy microphone. He's like, my wife, she started an ASMR channel and it took off, like
really
his channel way out of the water.
Really?
He's like, she's got a really great microphone and like really crystal clear quality sound, like picks up all the noises and the sounds. Because I mean, that's what it's all about.
Right. Yeah.
That ASMR video I did was just kind of on the fly thing. Like I needed a video so I could go out of
town. Yeah. I kind of get like the ASMR for like shipping. I kind of get that a little bit more. I actually kind of like when people restore video games. Like there's this one channel that restores a lot of like handhelds. So like, Game Boys, Game Gear, stuff like that. And it's all ASMR. Like it's literally only the sounds of like the plastics and the little screws and everything. I don't know. I kind of like it, but
I can see that.
I'm not seeking it out though. That's the thing. I'm not like going out of my way to be like, oh my God, I got to watch this video. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy to see like, go ahead.
This isn't ASMR, I don't think, but it's visually cool. Have you ever seen, and these videos get like hundreds of millions of views, where like the guy in like the middle of the forest, like carves those like swimming pools and stuff in like little houses and huts
cabin
and
building. Yeah.
It's so crazy, dude. I'm like, this is so cool.
Yeah, it's so cool.
It starts from nothing and it shows the whole video sped up. I'm like, this is crazy.
Oh yeah,
I watched those.
Yeah,
but there's like usually no sound. It's got like some weird music playing over it.
Yeah, but like the sound of like chopping wood, like an axe hitting wood, I'm for it. Like that's a good sound. I don't know.
It's a good solid sound.
Exactly. And then they're like notching out the like logs that they cut down and like so crazy.
Yeah,
it's so crazy. Let's see. D-Rock said if they post good stuff ahead of time, message them and see if you can get it before the sale. I don't, is there a message feature on Garage Sale Finder? I don't know if there is, but if it's
probably more like a Facebook thing.
I was gonna say, if I see it on Facebook, I absolutely will message them ahead of time. And
you're not the only one.
Yeah. We already read that one. What's up, Bartomania?
What's up, Travis?
Oh, Travis. God, I was thinking Jeff again. I was like, it's not Jeff. It's not Jeff. It's not Jeff. Gosh dang!
Yeah.
I just think everybody's name is Jeff now. That's all there is to it.
Just gonna start throwing Jeff at everybody, even women. Hey, Jeff.
Right.
Have you ever seen that movie? It's 2022 Jump Street with Channing Tatum.
Yes.
He's acting like he's Hispanic out of nowhere. He's like, "My name is Jeff," and he looks at him like, "What?"
Yeah. I know what movie you're talking about, but I can't remember if I like saw it all the way through or something like that.
Dude, I watched that movie way too many times, way more than I probably should have.
Was it like I'm curious like why people do that. Like I've only done that with a couple movies, but like was it like just the time in your life?
And I just didn't have that many options to choose from.
Okay, so it was an option factor. Like okay,
yeah. It was on Netflix, and I was watching Netflix, and then I watched a lot of movies on Netflix, and I just kept circling back to this one because it was just that funny to me.
Sure.
And this was the second 21 Jump Street, not the first one. This was the second one.
Gotcha.
So I saw them out of order. I didn't see the first one first. Where like Jonah Hill's like the cool kid in this one.
Yes.
I saw the one where Channing Tatum's the cool kid.
Okay.
And
yeah.
Hill's like all like not having the time of his life. So it was a hilarious movie, and I just said the part where Ice Cube finds out his homeboy's dating his daughter is my favorite. Yeah. Yeah. That was the first one, I think. So yeah. What's up, Craig? How you doing, bro? Yeah, the movie was it was that funny to where I kept watching it. Plus I like Jonah Hill. I was the same way with like Superbad and what was the other movie that he was in? I don't know, I can't remember. There was another movie I watched all the time, like probably more than I should have with Jonah Hill.
Dude. But like
Pineapple Express, I watched all those.
Yeah.
Too much.
They're such quotable movies, you know. I mean,
yeah, that's what it was. Like quoting the movie as it plays is part of the fun.
Yeah, exactly. There needs to be like more quotable movies. I don't know, like what's going on with that? You know,
movies nowadays. Movies have changed so much.
Well, it's like
with everything going to like Netflix, you know, it's just a different demographic.
No, that is very true too. I think we've kind of touched on this in like a previous episode, but you know, the whole like watching of movies, even like the culture of watching movies has changed because of streaming services. Like we don't have to go to the video rental store, you know, and pick out a movie, and then we all go home and we watch it together. Now it's just like, oh, I can just click two buttons, you know, and it's just there, and like I'm probably playing on my phone half the time, and
not even paying attention.
Blah blah blah. You know, it's just like it's so weird how that culture of movie watching has changed. You know,
I was all about it when I was a kid. You know, get you some popcorn or like some gummy candy, or like load your mom's purse up with stuff and smuggle it into the theater.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not no more, man. I mean, now you can only have a bag that's a certain size, and they check it before you come in.
Really?
Dude, at least down here, like they put it up against this thing, and if it's too big, you got to take it back outside.
That's
because they think you're smuggling snacks in.
That's wild, dude. Yeah. They must be struggling down there for money.
I don't know, man. It's a Marcus Theater. They got them, you know, up there. Ain't Ronnie's a Marcus Theater now?
Yeah.
Or is it still Warenberg?
I don't know. That's a good question. I have not been to the movies in so long. Like,
well, man, I know you can rent a movie. The same movie that's out in the theater right now, you can get on Fandango and pay $20 to see it from home.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Wow.
It's much cheaper to do that.
I'm not surprised.
If you're taking your wife out on a date, you just watch the movie from home. Save you some money.
I mean, yeah.
And movie tickets are like $15.
I mean, but then again, it's the whole like experience again, right? Like you're leaving the house together. You might go get a little food. You're getting out. You're being sociable. You know, it's the whole
smell of popcorn. Like that's a vibe itself.
Exactly. Like I love that stale stuff. You know, like
I seen this one video, man. It was on social media somewhere. It was this dude, and he was loving it, man. He would pull a bucket off and he would spit it on his hand, and he would like throw his scoop up in the air, and he's like throwing popcorn in, and he's like swirling it around under the butter. And I'm just like, look at this dude go, man. It's like the Domino's guy that folds the pizza boxes real quick. I'm like, you love your job.
It is like a bless those people because you know those are like menial jobs and they're making them fun, you know. So
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely gotta love it, man.
well, I mean, we used to do like box races at Papa John's, but
Yeah,
but after the first time of doing box races, I was like, wait a minute. I zoomed out from the situation. I was like, they're having us race because they want us to fold boxes
yeah,
quicker
they're slick.
and fold more.
Yeah, I was like, you almost had me, guys.
I was like,
Yeah,
this is sneaky
yeah.
right now. So I always found that
Craig said
funny.
if snacks were affordable, they wouldn't have to do that. Yeah, yeah, they are like $12 for like
I
a bucket
mean,
of popcorn and a soda.
you're not wrong, Craig. You're not wrong. I mean, I think maybe it's just, the whole like I'm willing to spend more money on the movie ticket, I think, if they would
Mm,
just make the price of snacks okay. Like
yeah,
I don't know. Like
I think you'd still spend just as much for the whole experience, though. So it doesn't really matter.
right. No, you
You know what
are
I mean?
right. Like you're absolutely right. If one can offset the other, that's
Yeah, it's
very
like
true.
averaging your cost of goods.
But I do
You know what I
understand
mean?
because it's like, what are they really? I mean, a movie ticket can only make so much. I don't know. I don't know what. Like, I'm curious to see the sales reports for a movie
Yeah.
theater. Because it can't be that much. Um,
Well, I don't
maybe
know,
it
honestly, man. Maybe it
maybe it is.
is.
Maybe it is. I don't know. Is
They
it?
got they got shows playing all day long. I mean, not all of them are packed, but the weekends probably make up for it. It's like,
Yeah.
liquor sales make up for restaurant slow sales, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah. I guess like if I were to have a movie theater, I'd probably honestly only run it on Thursday, like Thursday through Sunday.
like the Moolah Circuit, Moolah Theater down there on Lindell or whatever.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I've never been there, but
It's actually pretty cool.
I don't know their hours either. Do they do like a
They've
Thursday
got
through
like
Sunday?
yeah, I think so.
Don't they
They
have a
got like
bar?
yeah,
Yeah,
and they got sofas in there. There's not like an
that's
actual
right.
movie seat. It's like sofas.
Right,
It's pretty
right.
cool.
I've been wanting to go there for years. I still
Yeah.
have yet to go see. Did you go
I,
see a movie
I
there?
yeah, I went to see Inception, and then I
Oh,
went to
nice.
see the blind no, not the blind man, the what's the movie with the invisible man. I went to see
Oh,
that there too.
sure,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah,
So yeah, it
yeah,
was
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
That is cool. One day.
Um, Jeff says had a huge buyout this week of vintage toys, about 500 pieces. Buddy
Shoo,
L, Tonka, and Tootsie diecast. I've never heard of that. Has trucks, action figures, and a bunch of little figures. That's crazy, man.
dude, 500
How much
pieces.
did how much did you buy? How much did you pay for it?
Yeah, I'm curious because that'll keep you busy for a while for sure. I would love a buy like that. I would love a buy
Yeah,
like that. I like my dream buy is that many pieces, but for video games. But I know I'm going to be spending way more than I'd want to spend on a single
yeah.
buy.
Dude, I seen somebody on Instagram. They had I can't remember how many pieces it was, but they bought a lot of accessories, like nothing but accessories, and it was piles and piles and piles of like little army guns and like
Oh yeah,
weapons and things like that, hats and stuff, and it was from all different types of stuff mixed together. So it was like probably some Ninja Turtle stuff, some GI Joe stuff, some He
sure,
Man stuff, and it was just literally thousands of pieces. And I just cannot. Because you can sell like some of those accessories go for like $200 alone. You know what I mean? So
100%.
we're only 10, $15, but still, that's a boatload of cash in such small space.
Yeah,
260 Jeff spent. That's crazy, man.
dude, that's a
It's $2,
deal.
$2 an item almost.
That's a deal.
He said they also rent out the theaters for parties and private films as an additional revenue source. This is true. There's a
Oh
church and
yeah,
there's a movie theater in I can't remember what state it is, but they also partner with a church, and this church runs their service out of this theater.
that's so
And the
smart.
church is like a 2,000 member church, but it's a theater that they worship in.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
that's so smart.
2,000 people, that's a big size church. My church is huge and it's like 2,000 people. So I can only imagine,
Right.
what they're paying in rent.
Right. You got to get a ticket to get in if you're a parishioner. You're
Yeah,
like, it's like a lottery system. Like, all right, who's getting in today?
yeah. Some churches be right around the line around the corner. Not
Oh yeah.
everybody's getting in.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Joel Osteen's church, I'm pretty sure, is like that. That guy's huge,
I,
freaking
j-
huge.
I just sold some DVD by him. But
Yeah,
yeah, I can only imagine. I can only
yeah.
imagine. Pretty big. But yeah, no, I'm really curious to like see like even some of the bigger chains, like what kind of revenue are they clearing a year? Because I'm sure it can't be that crazy. I don't know. Again,
What about AMC? Weren't they?
Yeah, it was
What was the deal with them?
AMC and Warenberg, right? Weren't those the two that were like the main?
There was one more. I know it was AMC and Warenberg. Maybe there was a third one. Those two, but now I don't see neither one of those anymore. All I've seen lately is Marcus Theater.
I feel like Warenberg's still pretty prevalent, but I'm pretty sure AMC is like non-existent. So, but again, like it goes back to the whole like watching movie culture. Like we have everything at our fingertips now. It's not a whole thing anymore. It's I think that, call me crazy, but in the next like 5 to 10 years, we might see like theaters pretty much go obsolete. Like, you know,
I mean, unless it's like actual theater where like the people come and a show, like, you know, like Broadway,
more like specific, like we're gonna run shows, you know, on the weekends. We do big stage stuff, whatever, blah blah blah. So, yeah, I can see that.
Christina says there's a church like that in Jacksonville. It was kind of still a Regal Cinema, I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Regal.
Do something to make money.
Regal's another one, right? Isn't that like a pretty decent sized chain of theaters?
I've never heard of it.
I think it is. Think so. I think it is. I don't know. Maybe I'm talking about butt. I don't know.
A lot of decent sized podcasts with audiences rent theaters.
Dude, that would be cool. That would be cool. Yeah. Are we going to get to that stage?
It's possible. Hit the thumbs up, guys.
Hit that thumbs up. You'll see me and Marcus at every college campus talking to people about reselling. You know, what can you do in your time between studying? You can.
It's possible, man.
Hey, dude, I watch like all sorts of. I should take that back. Not all sorts, but I watch some dumpster diving channels, and oh my gosh, every time it's the end of the semester, their content is slapping because they will find
I already know
all sorts of crazy stuff in those dumpsters, bro.
Yeah, that's what. There's a woman that's a channel member. She works at a apartment complex that a lot of college students stay at.
Sure.
She's like, I've just been cleaning up apartments for the facility, and that's where she's been getting a lot of her inventory from. I'm like, you gotta love it, man. Free inventory. Yeah. It's great.
Yeah.
You know, but now it's the summertime, so she's already listed everything.
Right. Oh, we should talk about this. And I don't know if you've heard yet, but the rumor is the Goodwill Bins in downtown St. Louis is moving.
Where?
It is moving. We don't know where yet. All there was a Camo V. I think it was Camo V. Now that I'm thinking about it, I want to go back and look. Somebody tagged me in it the other day. We were talking about it. Maybe it's an off topic. Hold on, guys.
I hope it's not going to go up. The prices aren't going to go up.
I mean, that remains to be seen. But I'm going to read some of this article for you guys. Oh my gosh!
I wonder what
really they paywalled. Okay, they paywalled me. Will you try to open this on your end? Because I will actually message you on Discord.
Okay.
Actually, just go to the off topic. I'll repost the link again.
Okay.
But yeah, anyway, basically, long story short, they're trying to do apartments.
Posted it.
Yeah, they're trying to do apartments in that building because
do you want me to share my screen?
Whatever you want to do, you can just read it or whatever. But
okay, I'll just read it. It says developers pitch more entertainment apartments in booming. So they're going to turn the bins into apartments, probably.
Yeah,
and then move somewhere else.
Yeah, that's basically the gist of it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So, but they've got some hurdles to jump. So they've not only got to rezone the building to be residential.
Of course.
They also have backed real estate taxes on the property. So apparently this company that owns it now bought it back in like 2021, I think, for like a huge sum of money. But they owe a bunch of back taxes on the building, so they got to go through that. And then also they have to get like approval for like the planning committee and all that stuff too. So it's possible it doesn't happen, but more than likely this is going to be happening. So it's kind of crazy.
It says a spokesperson for Goodwill said the plan does not require the organization to move. Goodwill still has another 10 years of its lease left.
That's also important
on that space.
That's also important. Yeah, they have 10 years of their lease left. So who knows what kind of like what kind of fees they would have to pay Goodwill to get them
Here's
out of
what you were
that.
saying:
You know,
$608,000 in taxes
it's a
that they still
lot.
have to pay.
It's a
Yeah,
lot, dude. Yeah.
yeah.
So
Well, I
it'll
could
be
imagine that
interesting.
though. That's a big building.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
But I mean, wherever they go, hopefully it's still close. You know, because like
Yeah,
I know I'm spoiled, but man, it's like it would suck to have to like
yeah,
drive far to like get. I mean, if I had to like go to
yeah.
Bridgeton
Tell me
every day.
about it, buddy.
Oh yeah, no, listen. We've talked about it. I
Yeah,
love living so close, like I do.
yeah. Oh dang it!
But
I closed down my YouTube window.
oh,
It's
oh
all good.
no.
Just
But
open it back
yeah,
up.
no. I mean, regardless of what happens, I hope that they get an equal size building.
Yeah, because that one's huge. A lot of
And
space,
I know, I know. What if they go to a smaller building but they do rotations? How
bro.
would you feel about that?
If
Like
they went to a smaller building and started rotations, I think it would be a madhouse,
it would be.
right?
It really would
And I'm
be.
not really sure that I would continue going there.
Yeah, yeah.
I would probably start going to the Bridgeton
I'm
location.
kind of with you. I'm kind of with you on that. Like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Is there anybody in chat that has like a big bins like we do? And like, how would you feel if your bins went to a smaller location but did rotations? I don't know if there's many like St. Louis. You know, I feel like
No, we're the only one. I've never been to another Benz location that does not
do
rotate out
rotation.
bins.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, I don't know.
And and I've been to some I don't fill my cart up as full as I also haven't known that much brands.
Yeah.
When I went to Nashville, I was being super picky.
Yeah.
So I did because I had the tiniest car in the world. So I didn't want to fill my car up out of town and then run out of space. So,
Sure.
but when I went to Houston, I was in Houston for a whole week, went to the bins multiple times, and still only came back with 300 items.
Hmm.
Just because I didn't know any better. I didn't have a lot of brand knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
Well, also like, what about the competition too? Because like, it is
The
when you.
competition was bananas there, dude.
That's what I'm saying. Like when I went to Vegas, it was so crazy, dude. Like it was
Yeah.
uncomfortable. You know, like
Yeah, it's another world because you got clicks and they got like
that's
12 carts on the side of
right,
the store. They got a cooler in there. They got a whole family. Their kids are sitting down in chairs and tablets and stuff. And
right,
it's like they're rooted. They're not going anywhere.
right,
So competition is real.
right. And they're ready to like throw elbows. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're
Like
gonna fight you over it. Yeah,
it's
that's why there's
crazy,
a
bro.
police guard. There's an actual cop like in the Houston bins,
I'm not
like not
surprised.
a security guard, like legit officer of the law. Like you're
Yeah,
going to jail.
like
You
they
know what
will
I'm saying?
shoot you.
Yeah,
Like
he's like, yeah, play with me if you want to. I'm
right,
saying I'm licensed to kill.
right, right. That's so wild, man. Like I mean, the worst I've ever seen at our bins is like a shouting match. You know what I'm saying? But even
Yeah.
that, like, you know, that like I typically don't even see it over an item even. It's just like maybe somebody like tries to like take something out of somebody's
Well,
cart, you know, or
I
something. But
seen so you realize you haven't seen Pat there lately?
I have not seen her
She
in a
got
couple
banned.
weeks. No.
Yeah.
What?
So it was super random too, dude. Like
What?
Pat and I were going through the bins up against the wall where she sorts all her stuff at.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then she was over there sorting her stuff, and I was over there in the first row of bins. And I had my back to Pat, she had her back to me, and then there was a lady on the like kind of by where we used to film. You know what I'm saying? There was
Yeah,
a lady
yeah.
going through that row of bins right there. And then she left her cart in the middle of the floor. So I get to pushing my cart and I got stuck on something. So I look down on the floor and Pat's like, it's underneath your cart. So like I lift my cart up. Pat goes to pull the stuff out from underneath the cart. And then the lady's like, you guys are stealing stuff out of my cart. And
What?
apparently Pat and this lady had words before. She's like, ain't nobody stealing stuff out of your cart, and threw the stuff in Pat's face. Yeah. And so like
What?
I was like, oh, I don't want no parts of this. So I
Hands
walked
up.
off, you know what I'm saying?
Like, yeah.
And well, her and Pat was over there having
Oh
words
my
or whatever.
gosh.
And so the lady later on, I saw her, she was over there looking through her stuff by the bathroom. And I went to the bathroom and she was like, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't mean anything by it. I was like, no, I don't want any problems. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't going through your cart. Your stuff was on the ground though. I was like, you need to keep your
Oh,
cart by you. Like, don't walk away from your cart like that. She's like, people
yeah.
just shouldn't go through my cart anyway. And I'm like, this is St. Louis. You know what I'm saying? But so
Yeah.
I guess lo and behold, after all that was over with, she went and told the manager, Kevin, and Kevin was
Yeah.
like, you can't come back. So
Wow.
because and then I found out because the other Pat had asked me, her friend that's always there. She's
Yeah.
like, "What happened with Pat?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "You know they banned her." And I was like, "No, I didn't know that." So I told her what happened. She was like, "Yeah, they kicked her out because of that."
Wow.
But she shouldn't have thrown that stuff in that lady's face either, though.
Hey, was this other? Did you recognize her? Like, was she
Yeah,
a
I
regular?
see her all the time.
Huh.
Yeah,
That's
she's.
wow. Wow.
I'll show you her when I see her again. But
That's wild.
I guess apparently they had gotten into it before, and
That's wild.
yeah, because Pat snapped on her real quick, and I was just like, "Dang, that was uncalled for." Like for one incident, it was uncalled for, but for someone that's gotten into it multiple times, I could totally see why she did that. I don't. That doesn't justify it,
Oh yeah,
but
no, it does. Yeah,
she's a straight hood, and
right,
doesn't care already. So like, she ain't
right,
playing,
right.
But yeah, so at least the competition is going on the clothing.
Man.
The competition, at least.
I
More for
mean,
me.
for anybody that doesn't know, so this lady, Miss Pat, she is very sweet to Marcus and I.
Yeah.
She really is. Like I don't think she's ever like steered me wrong. She's like, she's tried to defend me like in like tiffs that I've had at the bins.
I've seen her defend a lot of people in there.
But she always she's a scooper. She scoops into 2 carts and then sorts out later.
And then scoops into a bin.
Yeah. So
she ain't looking through nothing. She'll go grab a whole bunch of stuff and then carry it to her cart. And
she's not making
y'all messing up my money.
Yeah. She's not making friends very easy, so I don't know. But man, that sucks because I personally do like Miss Pat, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, for well over a year, like she was there every single time I went. So like it's definitely different without hearing her yelling in the background.
I
know. Listen to a lot of our Ben's videos and hear Miss Pat yelling in the background. Definitely. It's like the old staple.
Gosh. Yep.
Yeah, man.
Or the next.
So, that's where she's been going, man. Yeah, next. You definitely hear him do that.
Oh, yeah.
Or you hear Miss Jessie or Brett over we are closing in 10 minutes.
Yep. Yep. Oh, yeah. And Jeff said Kevin Smith was one of the first to start renting theaters for his shows. Yeah, dude. Kevin Smith's a G. He knows what's up.
Well, he's also from the theater.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So it makes sense.
He knows what's up. He knows what to do.
Yeah. That guy's a freaking genius.
Oh, dude, absolutely. Like, I feel like I need to have just like a Kevin Smith marathon every year, just sit down and watch a bunch of his movies.
Yeah.
For real. I actually kind of miss the what was the comic book show called? What was the actual title of it?
I don't remember.
I feel bad.
I never watched an episode of it.
Oh, really? I kind of liked it. It was kind of cool to see like.
Well, that's not my thing. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. So, I mean, I guess it's not really my thing either. Like, I'm not huge into comics or toys.
It was Kevin Smith himself.
But I mean, yeah, Kevin Smith, and just I mean, I also find just that sort of, I guess, universe of collecting cool. But I'm not hugely into comics or toys. Even though you see some back behind me, but but yeah, no, that's cool that he's that he started that up for sure. Oh man,
I don't know, man. I think with podcasting in general, everybody's got one nowadays. It's no shortage of them. Well, and in order to grow and to expand, you've either got to be polarizing, or
of course.
You got to be providing extreme value to where like everyone wants to come and tune in because you're dropping straight knowledge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
it's I mean, just look at resellers. Like, even that little cosm of creators. Yeah. There's so many people that have podcasts. Like,
everybody. And then like it was like Flip the World was saying, like, everybody's got a podcast, and then everybody comes on and they ask the same questions over to everybody. That's why I stopped having people on my show. You know what I mean? Because people would come on and I'd ask the same things over and over and over again, and same people was just on somebody else's show the week before, like
sure.
I was just like, I'm not even enjoying this anymore. And then it would be like a happy medium of having the guest on and trying to like interact with the audience as well as interact with the guest enough. And sometimes one would take over the other, and I just felt like I couldn't do both. I couldn't do both accurately.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. I know exactly what you're talking about, because whenever I did my first podcast with my friend Adrian, her and I, like, we started off, we're like, all right, we're just going to do this live on Twitch. We're going to interact with chat. It's going to be fine. Like, it's going to be great. And then we would just get so off track, or like so just, yeah, if we had a guest on and there was live chat, it just didn't work. So like you really do have to like figure out like if you're gonna do, especially if it's like very structured, like if you do have a bunch of like questions lined up like you used to, it's very important to not interact with chat because like you'll just get off on tangents and you know, or at least open up a time like the last 10 minutes of the show. Okay,
right.
people ask away, you know, or whatever. Like,
and I didn't even realize I was doing it, but a Dane from Hustling Hooks was like, he hit me up and he's like, "Hey, can we jump on a call together?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Your show's good, but you interacted with the chat more than you did," because it was Derek and Jasmine from the ATL Flippers that I had on my show, and he's like, "You interacted with the chat more than you did with them."
yeah,
And I think that if you're going to have a guest on there, the people that are watching have come to see the guest, and you should really interact with the guest more. And I was like, that's a really good piece of information.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But then after that, I had somebody else on. I think it was like Dalton or either Dante from Prison to Profit. I had on after that, and I didn't really interact with the chat all that much. But the person that I had on was interacting with the chat, so I was like, I guess you kind of got to go. You kind of got to feel the vibe out. You know what I mean? It's like,
well, I think it's important to like, again, sort of realize if you want structure or not, you know, and then kind of lay that out to the other person. But I mean, I can definitely see how asking the same questions or like similar questions over and over and over, even as the person asking the questions would get very like redundant, you know. It's just like,
and then it's like also like I already know the answers to these questions because I watch your content. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, yeah.
So
yeah.
Dream about devil.
Dream
I don't know
about
what that means.
What are we saying right now, Mitchell?
That's really weird. Random.
All right.
So and so like with me doing when I went from doing the podcast to me focusing on helping people like and answering questions, that's when the live streams really started to gain traction anyway. So I was like, well, if this is what people are like really wanting to know and like really want value from this, then this is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
well, they want
I'm
a
not
forum.
saying that I won't.
Yeah, right. No, I get that, but it's like it's a forum to just like come on and just talk to you directly.
Yeah,
you know, which
get
is
their questions answered.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
no,
I got to do what the viewer wants.
That's and you know what? If you want to do, or if they want you to do jumping jacks, you got to do jumping jacks. No,
not necessarily. I got a little bit of dignity. You know what I mean?
No, but that is true though. It's like. I think even for just like being the interviewee, it's like, man, I don't want to be asked the same questions on every show that I go on. Like, I do love that, you know, the reselling community, the content creators really do like want to support each other and be on each other's podcasts and stuff. But like, let that be just natural. Like, let it be like this, like what we do, you know, like just let it just go, you know. Don't think that there needs to be like this heavy structure, you know, to trying to uplift another creator, if that makes any sense. I don't know.
Yeah. Jeff said Thursdays are definitely my favorite over Tuesdays. Tuesdays are beginners and Thursdays seem for more seasoned resellers just talking shop. Well, that's the thing though. Tuesday is not meant for just like casual talking and fun. It's for helping people. While this is like, it's a reseller niche, but it is more about unwinding and talking and being social and talking with the viewers and members of our Discord and having fun and unwinding. That's what this is. That's why this is this way. It's the format. And Tuesday is not that way. Tuesday is strictly for you learning how to do eBay or getting whatever questions you have answered. And if you don't need that type of help, then I don't blame you for not watching. You know what I mean? Not for everybody.
And then you have me coming in there on Tuesday just saying shenanigans, and Marcus is like,
yeah, but you know, you still need a little bit of humor in there to make it fun.
I know. I just got to come in there and just say nonsense sometimes.
Yeah, dude. It's all good with me. You know, as long as people are still getting the value that they need, man, it's still a good time over there on Tuesday. You know what I mean? But my thing is trying to help people grow their businesses and me carving out some time to answer questions for people that can't afford to come to a Discord or can't afford to come to Patreon or don't have time to like, you know, wait for me to answer in a comment section or, you know, those types of things. Like I'm just trying to help as many people as I can. And I feel like people get a lot of value out of that. So
definitely. No, I think that's like it's a good balance, right? Like it's a good balance for sure.
Yeah, I
Also,
mean, there's a lot of shenanigans going on in there too. Especially we got Hillary Murphy in there. You know, like they're definitely gonna have some shenanigans when Hillary's a mod for the stream.
yeah. I'm timing out this user. I'm sorry. That was definitely some spammy nonsense.
Yeah,
That was some
yeah,
spammy stuff.
that's crazy.
Same here. I've been supporting since the beginning, still doing my swing-ins and say hello, kind of a habit.
Yeah,
Listen, we love
yeah,
that. We love that.
yeah,
We
man,
love that.
absolutely.
I get like as a creator, it's it's so interesting to see like when you first start creating content and you see the same names over and over,
Hmm.
and then you don't see that name for a while, and then you see them again like
Yeah.
a few months down the line.
Hmm.
It really kind of can be like seeing an old friend. It really kind of
Yeah.
can be like
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy, you know,
Yeah.
because like there'll be people that pop up in the comment section on my channel, or even pop in here, or like even when I do Twitch every now and then, you know, like when I do
Hmm.
the 24-hour stream for
Yeah.
charity, like I'll see people pop in that I won't see all year,
Yeah.
just
It's like,
pop in for the live
yo.
stream, you know, and it's just like, man, you know, it kind of gets you in the feels a little bit, you know. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's always interesting to see that relationship that you kind of build, especially with the OGs, especially with the OGs. So we appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely. There's people's channels that I pop in on randomly and they don't even remember my name anymore. I haven't been there that long. And they're like, hey, Dixon's Pickens. And I'm like, yeah, you used to call me Marcus, but must have forgot that.
But dude, I mean that's it. Like there's
Yeah,
only so much bandwidth you can give, like
right.
at especially the bigger that you get. I mean, I'm sure you've thought about like, you know, like if when you get bigger, are you going to have the amount of bandwidth to remember every single person's first name?
Not at all.
You
Not at
know what I'm
all.
saying? So like there's gonna inevitably you're gonna have that level of disconnect, and that's like kind of saddening. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Like there's just
Yeah.
no way. There's just no way. So
It's natural.
yeah, it
You know,
is. It is.
but what's weird is me. What's weird for me is like when I went to a high school that had like 15,000 students in it. And I knew a lot of those kids, like first and last name, you know?
Sure.
It's so crazy. Like, cause at one point in time, like my Facebook had like, I don't know, like 1,000 of those kids as friends,
Sure.
you know, like
Sure. Yeah.
even if I didn't even really talk to them, just enough to know who they were. Like, but then I started deleting all those people because like we, we're not really friends, you know what I mean? We just
Sure.
know each other. So I think I've gotten Facebook down to like 600 friends. Still deleting people.
I think I've got like around 1,000, but again, you know, I mean, it's not like I'm chatting with 1,000 people, you know, actively in
Yeah.
my life. So
I'm following 500 people on Instagram, and I don't even talk to probably nothing but 12 of them.
right, right.
so,
I mean,
so
that's
I'm really not interested in growing a. I'm not interested in following people. If people want to follow me, by all means, do what you do. But as far as like me following a bunch of random people, random people, I'm probably not going to.
right.
Probably watch your YouTube videos before I follow you on social media. You
Nice.
know what I
That
mean?
makes sense. I mean, yeah.
Because I'm
Makes
still
sense.
trying to learn from you, but I don't want to. I don't want to follow you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and by follow you, I mean like I don't want to see all your personal stuff. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like, I'm there to receive the education that you can give to me. But if we're not like you and I, like we have a friendship. Like the people in our Discord, we have a friendship. If if I'm only looking to learn something from you, um, then don't get me wrong. If I follow your content and you sprinkle in a little bit of real life, I'm going to watch it. But like,
Sure.
as far as like this person's first video, and they're like, "This is what I'm eating for breakfast," and then I'm going to go do this, and I'm just like, "Bro, where's?" I just need to know how you ship something on USPS.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
right. Right.
So it was like when you're first learning the stuff, you know, or first coming to a person's channel, it kind of depends on why you're there. You know,
No,
if
for
I already
sure.
know this person, then I'm there for the journey.
For sure.
But it's
For
getting
sure.
to that point for me that I don't really get past, you know, like, so for instance, Hustling Hooks. I used to like watch all their content, which I still watch all their content, but at first I was there for pots and pans and things like that. And as they've grown in their journey, now there's a lot of behind the scenes footage. And I
Sure.
really like the behind the scenes footage because I like to see how a person's processes are, which is
Absolutely.
why I started doing the day in the life videos because how someone's getting their job done matters to me. We can
Sure.
all do the same thing,
Right.
There's a million ways to skin a cat, but I want to know the most effective way. And so
Absolutely.
when I see people doing good and making progress in their business that are on the level where I want to be at, that's when I'm interested in what else they're doing.
For sure. I mean, that makes
So
perfect
getting to
sense.
see that first is where, like I see people on Instagram that have 10,000 followers and their 90-day total is like $5,000. And I'm just like,
They're really good at curating followers, or they bought them. I
yeah,
mean,
you know what I mean? So, I just that's why I don't follow a lot of people. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
no, it
Because like
makes
if
sense.
I'm trying to learn something from someone, I can still learn something from someone that sells 2 items a day. I
Sure,
can,
sure,
but I don't know exactly how much I can learn from that person.
right. Unless they're in a niche that you're not in,
Yeah.
maybe
Or
that,
like they sell brands that I don't know anything about, which is why
Sure,
there's value in everything.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Uh I'm
for sure.
not closed off. I just
No, I get it. I totally do. Jeff said, I still remember your 24-hour marathon, swung in every
yeah,
few
that
hours
was
to check in,
crazy.
and saw you hitting the struggle bus. Yo, Jeff, I appreciate, or I appreciated you doing that more than you know. Seriously, like I don't know if I've expressed that enough. Like, thank you so much for like being there in the wee hours and just giving me
Yeah,
a line of a sentence of encouragement. That was huge. So yeah, but same thing in November. We'll be doing it again.
yeah,
Hopefully,
I'll be asleep.
hopefully bigger and better this year. We'll see. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I did donate some money though,
No,
so you
hey,
had my support
hey,
that way.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
But guys, we are at that point of the evening. An hour flew by. Uh,
It always does.
Anything that you want to add before we get out of here? You got a video coming out tomorrow morning, as
Yeah, I
usual.
got a Ben's video coming out tomorrow.
Hey, love that. Love that.
Yeah.
I will be watching. But yeah, guys, go watch the video out right now if you have not. It's definitely a fun one. We hung out at the bins with some members of the community, and yeah, it was a really good time. We had a good time. Found a Stretch Armstrong Batman, so go check
Nice.
it out. But anyway, guys, it was fun. Thank you for hanging out tonight. And if you're not subscribed to Marcus's channel, go over there and subscribe. It was just
Yes,
posted.
sir.
The link was posted by Nightbot a few chats ago, and we'll
Yep.
see you guys next Thursday, same time. And until then, guys,